And today I'm going to go take the cable car, which is slightly outside of the city, and it's an Austrian-made cable car that is the longest cable car in all of the Balkans, and it takes you up to a mountain where you have views of the city. So this is my last day here in Tirana, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, it's my last day in Tirana, and I'm on the cable car going up. This is the view from atop the cable car mountain. So actually Tirana looks like a very pretty big city. And there are the cable cars. It's pretty steep. I was glad to know that it's an Austrian-built cable car, so that made it less scary. Okay, I'm on the cable car going back down the mountain now. It's a pretty steep cable car, so it's a little scary, but it's very nice views. At the top, there was like a long hike. It's like a 2-hour hike to go further up the mountain. It kind of didn't recommend that you do it unless you're a really experienced hiker. It didn't look that hard, but I didn't want to do it by myself. I was a little concerned about doing that by myself, and also it's very hot, so I was ready to go. So it's my last day in Tirana, and I just love Albania. Just the people here are so nice and so wonderful. Everybody's been so helpful. I never feel like anybody's trying to cheat me out of my money. I can just like put all my money out on the table and they'll help me count out the right amount. And it seems like you can't have a bad meal here. Okay, here is this big wide avenue in Tirana. It's quite a big city actually. And there again is that Marriott that I showed you from the top of the pyramid. Maybe now you can see the M better. Very modern. And I'm walking now to that restaurant that I said was my favorite restaurant, where I'm going to have my last meal in Tirana. So it's in a neighborhood called Biloku, which apparently during the communist era, Biloku was just closed off, and it was only open for communist party leaders. So since then, it's become a real hot spot for cafes, and it's sort of the Bohemian district, from what I can understand. And that's where this restaurant is that I like, called Era Biloku. Okay, I'm entering the Biloku section of town right now, and right there that's only the second Tesla I've seen in the whole country. That one looks like it's a taxi maybe. But I've seen all sorts of very fancy cars, lots of Mercedes, but Porsches. I saw a Jaguar, lots of Range Rovers. So apparently there are some people here who are quite wealthy. And so now we're approaching that neighborhood. This building right here is Hoxha's old home. Hoxha, the communist dictator who died in the mid-80s, before the fall of communism. And apparently it's closed off, nobody's living there, and I think they're talking about converting it to a museum, but right now it's not being used. And here we are at my restaurant on the left here. Okay, here I am at the restaurant. I ordered a citrus green salad, and this is what that looks like. Just fresh and delicious. Okay, so here's what I got. This is that fergesi that I told you about before, the peppers. So I have no idea how it's pronounced, but I think they cook with like curdled milk here. I think that's what's in there. And this is a cornflower pie, is what they said in the description. I think spinach in it. I'm gonna try it now. Oh my God, that is so delicious. It's like a really rich yogurt sauce on top of it that really complements it. So good. And so now I'm gonna eat this, and I have bread with it. And
there's the rest of my salad, which I'll probably take home.
That right there is a bunker. There's a bunch of them around the city. So that's the top of an underground bunker built for protection during the Cold War against nuclear attack. And then back there behind it is a sculpture that's supposed to symbolize the brutality of the communist regime. And over here, for some reason, is a piece of the Berlin Wall, which I guess was gifted to Tirana.